Welcome back to the part 2 of our HTML tutorial. In the previous video we created this empty HTML structure, and we haven't actually shown anything to our users yet because we haven't entered anything inside of our body tags. So now we have finished our initial part of the task, which is to create this empty HTML structure, and we have populated our head tags, which give additional information to the browsers about our web page. So in this lesson we are going to start writing some HTML that is visible to the users and to actually show something to our users, which is what our main idea behind the task is, to actually create something visible for us. In order to finish second part of our task, we need to create a heading HTML tag and also a small disclaimer text underneath that heading tag. And heading tags are how we actually show which parts of our texts are important. Think of them as titles and subtitles of our page. So we have an h1 tag, which is the most important tag with the largest font size. And you have additional HTML tags like h2, h3, h4, and they go up to h6. And each heading tag is different because the larger the number is, the smaller importance of our heading is, and also by default the smaller the size of that heading is. So here it is, the h1 called main idea of our web page. This is what is going to be placed on top of our page and actually show the main heading for our document. If I visit my web page now, I will be able to see the new element that is visible to the users. This is our h1 tag. And remember, you can access this code in your browser by going right-click Inspect, which opens the Chrome DevTools. This is something we have covered in the previous lesson. As I said, there are 6 heading elements in HTML, and I can just copy the h1 I created here and simply change each number to show you h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. This will show you the example of the same text with different formatting. Here we have 6 elements with different sizes, and these show how each heading tag works. Okay, so now we're going to delete these additional headings because we do not need them for our current task. What we need to do in order to finish our current task is to add one small text disclaimer under this heading tag, because our boss wants us to actually place some legal stuff here, and we're going to do that with a small tag. The small tag will generate a small size text, which is by default smaller than the remaining stuff on your web page, like paragraphs. Usually developers use this tag to provide this exact information, some kind of legal stuff. So let's write something, a disclaimer text for our first web page, and then some additional text here called some boring legal stuff. Those are usually terms and conditions, but there can also be some additional information about the page. I can save this now and we can check it out how it looks in the browser. if we hit refresh, we will see that this is a very small text. It is probably difficult for you to read from the recording. So this is what we need in order to present a small text under the H1. And if our boss asks us, hey, this legal part of the text is super important for us, it needs to be emphasized, it needs to be shown in bold text, we can switch that part of the text easily by introducing another HTML tag, which is called bold. And you can guess it. It is shown like this, like the letter B, and it is a closing. It has a closing HTML tag, which means that you need to place that text between opening and closing tags, and now this part of the text will remain small because it is nested inside of the small tag, but because this part, some boring legal stuff, is nested between the B tags, the bold text tags, it will shown super black, or the bold, if you will. Now, if we zoom in this page, you will see that this is now the emphasized part of the text, which is exactly what we wanted to achieve. This is how you can make any part of the text bold. We have now completed the second part of our task, which is to create H1 and the disclaimer text. And in the next video, we're going to create 3 random paragraphs with some random content and do some additional learning. So please subscribe and share this video to someone who is learning to code.